Hello, and welcome to another MariaDB screencast. Today I'm going to walk through how to install MariaDB on Windows. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. I'm on my Windows box, open Internet Explorer, and let's go to MariaDB.org. And when you get there, let's go to the knowledge base. On the knowledge base, on the home page of the knowledge base, there's a Getting Started link. Click on that. And then on that page, you can click on Getting, Installing, and Upgrading MariaDB. And then installing MariaDB binary packages, and then finally installing MariaDB MSI packages on Windows. This page documents the MSI installer and kind of walks you through with screenshots and text. But that's enough of that. Let's go back to MariaDB.org. I'll just open a new tab here. MariaDB.org. And let's go ahead and download MariaDB. We have links to our development and stable releases. Let's go ahead and download MariaDB 5.5. Click on the big orange download button. And then scroll down here and click on the WinX64.msi package. Now when you go to download, there is a form you can fill out, or you can just click on the no thanks, just take me to the download link. Go ahead and fill out this form and submit. Now when the download starts, it'll prompt whether or not you want to run or save. I'm just going to choose run. There we go. And then when the download finishes, it will launch the installer. And here we go. And here's the installer. Click Next. The first thing you need to do is accept the license. MariaDB is released under the GNU General Public License, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. Click Accept, click Next. Now, custom setup. Let's go ahead and there is one thing I want to change. I want to change where it's going to install MariaDB. I'm going to install it to my E drive, which is where I keep my data. And let's create a new folder. Call it MariaDB. There we go. And okay. Alright. And next, set a root password for the root MySQL or MariaDB user. Click Next. And properties, default properties, I'm just going to keep those as the defaults. I am going to enable here the feedback plugin. It's a great way to help the MariaDB developers by submitting anonymous usage statistics. Go ahead and click Install. And wait for the install. Doesn't take very long. It copies the files over, it sets up the service, it creates the default databases, like the MySQL database, which is used by the MariaDB server itself. Alright, we're done. Okay, go ahead and click Finish. Now let's go over to the Start menu, and we'll see that go into All Programs, scroll down here a little bit, and there's MariaDB 5.5. Let's look at the GUI client first. The GUI client we include with MariaDB for Windows is called HeidiSQL, and we'll go ahead and set up here in HeidiSQL a link to our locally running MariaDB server. I'm going to call it MariaDB at localhost. The hostname IP is already set. We just need to put in the password for the root user and click Save. There we go. Now let's open this connection. And you'll see the default databases. Let's create a new database. And we'll call it, let's do an organization database, like you might have for a company. I'm going to keep the character set and collation, what they're set at now. It'll default to whatever your system is set to. Alright, collects our organization database. There's no tables, so let's create a new one. And we'll call the first table company. And click add. Let's add some columns to this database. First, we'll do a company ID, not null. And let's make it a primary key. There we go. Click add. And then a company name. And that'll be a varchar. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And varchar. Okay. And we'll go ahead and click allow null. Click save. You'll notice at the bottom of the screen it's showing us the SQL that it's actually using, sending back and forth to the database. Now I'm going to create another table. This will be our employee table, starting off with an employee ID. And we'll go ahead and create the employee ID, not null, primary key. First name, that'll be a varchar, allow null, and then add another one for last name. Don't have to change anything because it automatically uses the previous data type. Okay, last is going to be a company ID. That will be an int. And go ahead and save that. There we go. And now let's create a foreign key. Let's see, it'll be we'll call it FK company ID, and it will go from the company ID column in the employee table to the company table, the company ID column in that table. Go ahead and add that. Click save. There we go. All right, now let's add some data. First up, we'll add a company to the company table. We'll give it an ID of 1, and the company will be Monty Program. And now that we have a company, let's go ahead and do some employees. We'll start off with employee ID 1, first name first, and last name employee. I know, creative, right? All right, company ID 1. And go ahead and add another one, 2, and second, and employee as the name, and company ID, same company. I like this with the GUI tools, how HiDSQL automatically populates pulls the company name, so it's easier to choose the company ID. And there we go. Third employee all done, and that's it for now. In fact, why don't we go ahead and close HiDSQL, and let's switch over to the command line. Now, if you've ever used the command line on, say, Linux, you'll find that using the command line here is much the same. So mysql-u root-p organization, and enter the password, and let's show tables, and there's our tables that we created in HiDSQL, and let's select everything from employee, and there we go, there's our 3 employees. And let's do an inner join on the company table, and there we go. And let's do a fancier join. We'll do employee inner join on employee dot company ID to company dot company ID, and there we go. So much like using it on Linux, if you've ever used it on Linux. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy using MariaDB. Thanks. Bye-bye.